Amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
Dark Souls is an action RPG that came out on October 11th, 2011. RPGs are one, if not the most popular type of video game since the late 1990s. Normal, standard RPGs are comprised of a few elements: leveling your character, exploring the world, getting new items and weapons, fighting bosses, that are accompanied with story and variety of all those things. RPGs have dominated the video game market more than once, becoming a genre every developer strives to adopt. Dark Souls has taken these RPG tropes and turned them completely upside down. The most unique and iconic mechanic of Dark Souls created was the Corpse Run. Corpse Run is a mechanic where, when you die, instead of appearing at your last save like most RPGs, you're transported to your last save, but without all your money. Money in Dark Souls are souls themselves. The idea is that you have to return to where you died and retrieve your souls. If you fail, you lose all the money you collected up until that point. Corpse Run, along with other mechanics that Dark Souls has implemented, really puts a huge emphasis on death, because you die a lot in this game, and I mean a lot. Corpse Run is one of the many unique elements that separates Dark Souls from every other RPG, including stamina, bosses as milestones, constant saves, all enemies being a lethal threat, one set difficulty, and an interconnected open world. Stamina limits your movements, and sometimes forces you to play conservatively when you would rather attack. Most bosses spawn bonfires after you defeat them, which is where you spawn after you die, making it so that bosses are your forward progression throughout the game. Constant saves create a finality to every choice that you make within the game. You cannot roll back your progress and go back to a mistake that you made. Everything that you do is constantly saved and cannot be changed. Every enemy, no matter the level, no matter the size, and no matter the skill, can present a lethal threat to the character. With one wrong step, an enemy that you've beaten multiple times before can turn into another death for your character. And finally, the interconnected map. This map is not a traditional open world in the fact that it is a large map with lots of things in it, but it is rather condensed. Every hallway, every corner, every room is hiding something for you to find. Whether you can find that or not is up to you. There are even things called illusory walls, which look like normal walls, but when you strike them, they disappear and reveal a hidden area beyond that wall. All of these elements combined are the main source of the dreadful and dark overtones of Dark Souls. Every death, even necessary ones, drives the player towards the goal. There are some games that might have used elements like these before or during the Dark Souls franchise, but Dark Souls was the first to combine all of them into a single coherent experience. Every element seems to complement the others. These elements create an extremely unique player-game relationship. Dying is terrifying and punishing, but unavoidable. Death is part of the cycle of Dark Souls like no other game has done. Live, die, repeat. This type of RPG, called Souls-like, has led to many other franchises, including Bloodborne, Nioh, Lords of the Fallen, Salt and Sanctuary, and Necropolis.